Good day, children. So again, from the snapshot, today we'll take the lesson, and this is the third lesson called Ranga's Marriage. And this Ranga's Marriage is written by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. This is the South Indian writer, and it is about South India only, especially about Bangalore. So from the lesson, I'll read and then I'll explain you. When you see this title, some of you may ask Ranga's Marriage. So after listening to the title or reading to the title, you will say that why not we keep Ranganatha Viva? Because that person, his name was Ranganatha, but pet name, as you all must be having the pet name, because if you have long names, your parents don't call you with that. So his pet name was Ranga, short name was Ranga. So people will ask why Ranganatha Viva or Ranganatha Vijaya. Why not these names were kept? So well, yes, I know I could have used some other mouth-filling one like Jagannath Vijaya. So he said, yes, I could have kept Jagannath Vijaya also or Girija Kalyan. But then this is not about Jagannath's victory or Girija's wedding. So this story is not about Jagannath's victory or the Girija's wedding. It is about our own Ranga's marriage, hence no fancy title. So this is about Ranga's marriage. So no fancy titles or the other titles are given to this. Hoshali is a village. So this is the village called Hoshali, and it is in Bangalore. It is in south. You must have heard of it. No, what a pity. And if you don't know, if you haven't heard about this name, so I'm sorry to say, but it is not your fault. So if you have not listened to, or you have not heard about this village, so the narrator says, the writer says that I am not, means I don't feel sorry that you don't know. It's not your fault. There is no mention of it in any geography book. And in the map also, when you see, it's not mentioned in that. Those sahibs in England, writing in English, probably do not know that such a place exists. So the England, sahibs of England, the Britishers came and ruled India over here. So these people, they wrote in English everything they did, but they did not know about such a place, whether it existed in South India or not. And so making no mention of it. So they did not mention about it in the geography books nor in the history books. Our own people too forget about it. So our people also, we Indians, we also forget about it. You know, how is this? They are like a flock of sheep, and these people are like the flock of sheep. One sheep walks into a pit. Suppose one sheep that is going ahead, it falls into the pit. So the other sheep also, those who are coming behind it, they will also fall in the pit. So here, one people, if the person is walking blindly or someone is saying something blindly, the other people also believe it and they run after it. So we say about it that people run out behind little foxes. If someone says to you, the crow has taken your ear, you will run after the crow. You will not touch your ear and see whether my ear is here only or not. So the same thing about the Indian people. It's true about it, because I have experienced all these things in reality, in you can say in the school also, in our locality also. You must have seen about it. When both the sahibs in England or our own geographers have not referred to it, you cannot expect the poor cartographer to remember to put it on the map, can you? So when the sahibs of England could not put it, so how can you believe? How can you expect that cartographer will also remember and put this in the map. The person who draws the map. And so there is not even the shadow of a village on India. So none of the maps, if you have seen the South Indian map, there also you will not find a village Hoshali is mentioned over there. So nobody has put this village, marked this village over there. Sorry, I started somewhere and then went on in another. So the narrator says, I am very sorry to tell you that I started with Ranga's marriage, but instead of telling that, I have moved to the other topic and I am telling you about this. If the state of Mysore is Bharatvarsha, what the sweet Karinga Dabu is to a festive meal. So he says, if Mysore, state Mysore, is in Bharatvarsha, so this festive meal, Kariga Dabu, it is a festive meal. So it is sweet festive meal. And then Hoshali is to Mysore state. And so Hoshali is in Mysore. And what the filling is to the Kariga Dabu. And this Kariga Dabu sweet belongs to this place only. What I have said is absolutely true, believe me. I will not object to your questioning it, but I will stick to my opinion. He said, whatever I am telling you, that Hoshali is in Mysore state and this Kariga Dabu is the sweet, festive sweet of this place. So he is saying, I am telling you this is true and you have to believe me. And if you are not believing me, then it's up to you. And if you want to ask any question, if you oppose it also, then also my opinion will be the same. I am not only the one who will speak glowingly of Hoshali. So it's not me only, but other people will also speak much about Hoshali. We have a doctor in our place. His name is Gunda Bhatta. So Gunda Bhatta is the name of the doctor who belongs to that place. He agrees with me. If you'll ask him, he will also say yes. He has been to quite a few places and he has been to many places. No, not England. He hasn't been to England, but to other places. If anyone asks him whether he has been there, he says, no, Anaya. And if you will ask him about that, have you been to any place or such place? So he will say, no. I have left that to you. Now it's up to you whether to ask him or not. Running around like a flea pestering dog is not for me. So flea pestering dog. So you must have seen the dogs. When the flea is trying to irritate the dog tries to scare it away, or it tells it to move away from him. So the flea is pestering him and he is going round and round and round. So he is saying, I am not asking you to go round and round like a dog who is being pestered by the flea. I have seen few places in my time. And he said, I have visited few places. As a matter of fact, he has seen many. So as I have seen many places, in the same way, the Dr. Gunda Bhatt, he also has visited some of the places. So now he moves on further. We have some mango trees in our village. So he's saying that in our village, Hoshali, we have got some mango trees. Come visit us and I will give you a raw mango from one of them. So if you will come to my place, I will give you one raw mango from the tree. Do not eat it, but don't eat it, just take a bite. So take a bite of that raw mango. The sarness is sure to go straight to your Brahma Randha. So this sarness, it will go straight into your mind. I once took one such fruit home and a chutney was made out of it. So once I took one sour mango to my home and a chutney was made. All of us ate. Everybody in the house, we ate it. The cough we suffered from after that, It was when I went for the cough medicine and the doctor told me about the special quality of the fruit. And everybody started coughing in the house because it was very sour. And when I went to the doctor to get the medicine for my cough, the doctor told me the special quality of the fruit. He said, the fruit has got a special quality. Just as the mango is special, so is everything else around our village. So there is speciality in something or the other. Means everything has got one speciality or the other. So in the same way, our village has also got some speciality. We have a creeper growing in the ever so fine water of village pond. So if you have seen the village ponds or the ponds or rivers don't have because they have got the running water, lakes, ponds, if you have seen that, you must have seen some plants growing in that. So here he says that in their village they have got a pond, and in that pond they have a creeper growing. Its flowers are the feast to behold, and the flowers that grow in it, they are very beautiful. Get 2 leaves from the creeper when you go to the pond for your bath, and if you go there to have a bath, pluck 2 leaves from it, and you will not have to worry about not having leaves on which to serve the afternoon meal. And then you will not worry about it because your afternoon meal will be provided to you on that particular leaf. You will say, I am rambling, and now you will say that I am just trying to make you go round and round in the story. It is always like that when the subject of a village comes. So he says that when something comes to write about my village, so I try to write all the special things about my village. But enough, if any one of you would like to visit us, drop me a line. And if after reading the story, if you want to come to see my village, before coming you just write to me that you want to visit my village. I will let you know where Hoshali is. Then I'll tell you the address of Hoshali and what things are like here, and what special things are like here you are going to get. The best way of getting to know a place is to visit, don't you agree? And when you want to know something about a place, you must go and visit it. You must have visited some place or the other with your parents, and then you must be knowing. When you go over there, then you understand what all things are there in that particular place. So when you want to know something about Hoshali, you come and visit the place. What I am going to tell you is something what happened 10 years ago. Now, moving towards the story of Ranga's marriage, the narrator says that I want to tell you 10 years ago what happened. We did not have many people who knew English. So 10 years before, when this story was written, the people, many of them did not know English. Our village accountant was the first one who had enough courage to send his son to Bangalore to study. And in that village, accountant was there. He took courage to send his son to Bangalore to study English. It is different now. Now the condition has changed. There are many who knows English. Now, after 10 years, many people know English. During the holidays, we come across them on every street talking in English. And during holidays time, when we visit the place, when we go around, then we find many people talking in English. Those days, we did not speak in English. But 10 years before, nobody spoke English. Nor did we bring in English words while talking in Kannada. And when we used to talk in Kannada, we never brought English words because we did not know about them. What has happened is disgraceful, believe me. And what was that during that time was very disgraceful because none of us knew English. The other day I was in Ramarao's house when they brought a bundle of firewood. So one day he went to visit Ramarao. And that day, a woman, she brought a bundle of firewood to him, and Ramarao's son came out to pay the money. And he said to the woman, "How much should I give you?" He asked in Kannada how much money she wants. So she said 4 pies. The boy told her he did not have any change. So the boy said he doesn't have any change, and asked her to come the next morning, and told her, "You come the other day, then I'll give you." The poor woman did not understand the English word change and went away muttering to herself. Now woman, she did not know the meaning of word change, because in Kannada he used this word change in English, and the woman did not know, and she started muttering and she went away. I too did not know, and the narrator also did not know the meaning of change, because he also did not know English. Later, when I went to Ranga's house and asked him, I understood what it meant. And when he went to visit Ranga's house, then he realized what was the meaning of that. This priceless commodity, the English language, was not so widespread in a village a decade ago. So this English is said to be a priceless commodity, and it was not known in the village 10 years before. That was why Ranga's homecoming was a great event. That's why when Ranga came home, it was a very big event, and everybody celebrated it, and they came to visit him. They wanted to see him, how he was looking. People rushed to his doorstep announcing the accountant's son has come. And when people came to know that he is coming, everybody crowded around his house, and they were saying that the accountant's son has come. The boy who had gone to Bangalore for his studies is here, it seems, and come, Ranga is here, let's go and have a look. And they were saying, the boy who had gone to Bangalore has come back. Come, let's go and see Ranga, how he looks. Attracted by the crowd, I too went and stood in the courtyard and asked. So, this narrator, the writer, he was also attracted towards the crowd, and he also went towards there and stood in the courtyard and asked one of the person, "Why have all these people come? There is no performing monkey here." He said, "Why these people have gathered over here? Why they are crowding over here? There is no monkey dance, because at that time the monkey dance or some sorts of that their dance, all these things are very much attraction for the people, and people earn money by all those things." So he said, "There is no monkey performance." A boy, a fellow without any brains, said, "Laugh loud enough for everyone to hear. What are you doing here then?" So one boy, he said to him, "Then when you don't know why we have gathered over here, so why you are standing over here? What you are doing over here?" A youngster, immature and without any manners, thinking that all these things were now of the past, I kept quiet. So the narrator, he felt embarrassed, he felt insulted, but he did not say anything. He said, "Let it be, let it go past." So he kept quiet. Seeing so many people there, Ranga came out with a smile on his face. And when so many people were gathered, Ranga came out from the house. He was smiling. Had we all gone inside, the place would have turned into what people call the black hole of Calcutta. If we all would have gone inside, then it would be like the slum area of Calcutta, as we have seen, as we call it, black hole of Calcutta. So everybody did not go inside. Thank God it did not. Everyone was surprised to see that Ranga was the same as he had been 6 months ago. So people, they were surprised to see him, that he was looking the same as he looked 6 months before. When he had first left our village, Means he went 6 months before for the studies, and after that he came back. So he looked the same. An old lady who was near him ran her hand over his chest, looked into his eyes and said, Janewara is still there. So one of the old lady, she just touched his chest and just tried to feel it about the Janewara, means Janev that you all wear after whatever age it is. So she just touched it and said, Janewara is still there. He hasn't lost his caste. She went away soon after that. Ranga laughed, and saying so, she said, he did not lose his caste. And then she went away from there, and Ranga started laughing. Once they realized that Ranga still had the same hands, legs, eyes and nose, the crowd melted away like a lump of sugar in the child's mouth. When people came to know that he is looking the same, he has not changed at all, so they started moving towards their houses. Means the crowd started melting. As the lump of sugar, when we put a lump of sugar in the mouth, it melts. So in the same way, the crowd started melting. I continued to stand there, but the narrator, he stood over there only. After everyone had gone, I asked, how are you, Rangappa? So when everyone went away, so he asked him, how are you, Rangappa? Is everything well with you? It was only then that Ranga noticed me, and when the narrator spoke to him, then Ranga noticed that the narrator is there. He came near me and did a namaskara respectfully, saying, I am all right with your blessings. So he said, Ranga said namaskar to him, and he said, I am all right. It is because of your blessings. I must draw your attention to this aspect of Ranga's character. Now the narrator wants to tell us about Ranga's character, what kind of a person he was. He knew when he would be to his advantage to talk to someone and rightly assess people's worth. And he knew that when to talk to people, and after assessing the person, he understands when to speak, how to speak and what to speak. As for this namaskara to me, he did not do it with any present day boy with his head up towards the sun. Nowadays when you see children wishing you, that time they don't bow down, they don't bend down, but they just walk straight and they wish you. And sometimes they don't wish, they walk on. But this fellow, after coming from Bangalore, after studying for 6 months, he came to he came back to his village, and then also when he said namaskara to the narrator, he bent down and he said namaskara to him. He folded his hands, bent low to touch his feet. May you get married soon, I said, blessing him. And when he touched his feet and said namaskara to him, the narrator, he blessed him and he said, may you get married soon. After exchanging a few pleasantries, I left. So after talking some few good things to him, the narrator left the place. So that's all for today, children. This is quite enough, and it is little bit tough also, and I want you to read it thoroughly, read it twice or thrice, listen to the explanation, and then try to understand what is there in the lesson. And I hope you must have understood. Good day and good luck, children.